Top to bottom, the Northwest Suburban Conference offers plenty of talent and plenty of challengers. We're going to see two of them in action tonight, a couple of sleepers in their respective sections. The Totino-Grace Eagles at 3-4 host the Champlin Park Rebels at 2-3. Hello everyone, I'm Mike Peden, joined by Mr. Mayak, Alex Nagel. Alex, as we noted, two teams under the radar, Totino-Grace 3-4, but they had that huge upset last year against Hill Murray in the Section 4 3A final. A lot of those players are back. They picked up Leah Dengarud from De La Salle, and they're led by Carla Meyer, who's closing in on Totino-Grace's all-time school record. So this Eagles team, they will have some tough tests in Northwest Suburban Conference play, but there's every reason to believe they could challenge in Section 4 3 again.
Well, Mike, definitely hopes are high for both of these teams tonight. You could say that both of these teams have been knocking on that proverbial door, looking to break through and haven't been able to do it quite yet. But both teams, both coaches on these teams are hoping that maybe 2019-2020 is the year that they do it.
And Totino-Grace, again, took a big step in that direction last year with that upset win over Hill Murray. How do you think that helped elevate them to the next level, even though the wins may not show it?
Well, right now it's early in the season, so maybe the wins don't reflect that. But with the knowledge that they were able to get to the final last year, that's certainly got to be a shot of confidence in the arm.
And they played Hill Murray closely last week, a 3-point defeat for the Eagles, but don't sleep on this Totino-Grace team, and the same can be said for Champlin Park. Now, they're in Section 5. Park Center and Roseville are going to be the biggest roadblocks there. But this Rebels team has a lot of younger pieces to keep an eye on, including Mikaelah Counce.
A lot of juniors on this team, and I'll tell you, one player that you'll want to keep your eye on tonight is senior Izzy Quick, 5'10 guard, who really plays more like a forward, Mike. She's very good at rebounding, can finish in the paint, and has no problem at all guarding opponents' bigs.
And something to note for this game, their point guard, Maya Dubose, a sprained MCL is keeping her sidelined, so Mikaelah Counce will take over for her at point guard. But this should be a lot of fun. And Alex, I guess I was due for a visit to the Northwest Suburban since I've taken you all over the Metro.
Well, it's about time, Mike, and we're glad to have you here.
We're glad to be here, and we're glad to bring you this match in a moment. Twin Cities Sports Broadcasting and a whole lot more. That's what you get from TSB Television. We provide long-lasting digital coverage of your favorite athletes from the preps to the pros. Dazzling moves. Holloman, good if it goes. Yes! Game winners. From James. She's in trouble. Finds James. Toss shot! It goes in! And everything in between. Before we let you go, do you want to say hi to anybody?
Oh, I don't know. That put me on the spot there.
If you want to connect with our audience, visit us at patreon.com/TSB Television or sponsor our coverage through PayPal and Cash App. Thank you for watching. Mike Peden and Alex Nagel with you. Alex is jotting down the starters, making sure he's on top of it. All right, Alex, me and the Northwest Suburban. What do you make of it?
I don't know. This should be a very interesting matchup here tonight, Mike. You know, neither of these teams are what you would call big. When you look at Champlin Park, head coach Josh Steck will probably be the first to admit that they're going to be relying a lot on their quickness, to help them through this season. That's what they're going to be counting on.
Totino-Grace led by Patrick Bolin in his third season. His father, Pat Bolin, they shared the same name, picked up his 600th career coaching victory for Winona Cotter at the Twin Cities tip-off, the St. Thomas Holiday Invite. Both the Bolins actually take part in that. Patrick, he's all over the place. Coaches St. Thomas volleyball.
Yep.
Totino-Grace basketball. He's a man of many hats.
And for the Eagles, 6'1", junior center, number 55, Grace Sicken.
And with the starters introduced, let's do the same. For Champlin Park, the visitors, it will be Izzy Quick, number 3. Amaya Dory, number 5. Gina Stefaru, number 11. Maya Fitzpatrick, number 13. And Mikaelah Counce, number 22. Totino-Grace will start. Leah Dengarud, number 3, the De La Salle transfer. Anna Kaspers, number 4. Carla Meyer, number 5. Maria Hill, number 24. And Grace Sickink, number 55. Carla Meyer broke the 1,000-point mark against Benilde St. Margaret's earlier this season. A regular season game won by the Eagles 77-52. She's about 94 away from breaking the all-time school record, Carla Meyer.
Yep.
So it probably won't come tonight, considering that the school record or the all-time single-game record is 63.
Yeah. You know, Mike, when you glance at this Totino-Grace roster, the first thing that caught my eye was the number of juniors on this team. 9 juniors on the Totino-Grace team.
A lot of folks who were there to witness that big upset. And I talked to the players. I talked to the athletic director, Mike Smith, Patrick Boland. They all said that was a big win to galvanize this program. Totino-Grace does have some history winning the state championship in Class 3A back in 2008.
Yep.
And that's the last time they've won state. They haven't won a section round since 2009. Again, they're in Section 4 3A. They're wearing the navy, Champlin Park wearing the white. Northwest Suburban Conference basketball. 2 sleepers. And as you noted, Alex, a lot of young pieces, a lot of juniors for Totino-Grace. Champlin Park led by some up-and-comers. So these are 2 teams to keep an eye on over the next few years. Mikaelah Counce picks up the steal. Again, Counce will run the point. Hasn't done so since house lead. In the summer, she plays for 43 Hoops, coached by Olivia Antilla.
Yep. And
Olivia really high on Mikaelah's prospects. Mikaelah, the oldest of 4 siblings.
Olivia Antilla herself, another Northwest Suburban Conference product, played at Osseo.
And Mikaelah Counce gets the layup for the first basket of the game. That's right. Olivia did play at Osseo her last year. Won a state title for Benilde St. Margaret's. Played Division I for 2 years at Florida A&M. I'm sure she's watching. Really wanted to be here, but wasn't able to make it. She's kicking herself because she's one of those folks that has something nice to say about every kid she watches, whether she coaches them, whether she sees them play. She really wants to grow the game.
Good patience here by Totino-Grace.
Kaspers going high-low. And Totino-Grace throws that one away.
Had that set up pretty nicely for Maria Hall. They're just a little too hard on the pass.
Champlin Park, they'll get a big test on Friday when they go to Centennial. How about the Cougars?
I tell you what, they're going to be a team to keep their eye on.
And Champlin Park will play in the Park Center Holiday Invitational. CCX will have the second day of that invite. And Champlin Park adds a 3-pointer. Gina Stefferud scores. And when you look at the Champlin Park team, their leading scorer Counce has 12.8. No one else has more than 9.2. The Rebels really spread it around. 3 on the way. Bullseye.
Boom.
Carla Meyer. She averages 15.8 a game. Season high is 21. 15.6, I should say. That's a walk on the Rebels. Totino-Grace has 2 double-digit scores in Meyer and Dengarud. Leah Dengarud at 12.9.
And you just saw why they're on that last possession. Here's Meyer again.
Foul underneath on Champlin Park.
Josh Steck hollering out some defensive instructions to his team.
Steck has led the Rebels for a few seasons now.
Yep.
Hesitation move. Kaspers can't knock it in. And the ball will go to Champlin Park. Counce, lost it, poked from behind. Eagles on the run. Meyer with the finish.
I'll tell you what, Carla Meyer, the senior, she's got some serious speed.
A basketball and tennis crossover. There's a lot of that in the Northwest Suburban.
No kidding.
3 on the way. That doesn't drop for Amaya Dory. And here comes Meyer. And Totino-Grace with the finish in transition. Maria Hall, how did she get that open?
Well, I tell you what, not good transition defense there by Champlin Park. That was a little too easy on that one.
Eagles up 7-5 over the Rebels. Mid-range J is short. Dory wins the battle for the rebound. Quick, gets a couple of shots at it, can't put it in. Chance for the Eagles to pad their lead. Dengarub for 3, short. Rebound ends up in the hands of Maya Fitzpatrick. Here's Counce. Back to Fitzpatrick for 3. Champlin Park trying to get that perimeter game going. Counce with the steal after the entry pass was deflected. And speaking of multi-sport athletes, Izzy Quick for the Rebels on the soccer team that made a deep run in 2A this season. Draining the runner is Maya Fitzpatrick. She averages 9.2. And Champlin Park volleyball, another potent force up in the Northwest region of the Metro. Counts with the rebound. We're tied at 7. Will she take it all the way? No, too high. Meyer with the board, and she'll slow things down. We have some subs waiting to come in. Here's Meyer. Inside to Sickink, and she walks.
Good screen set by junior post Grace Sickink up there at the top of the key. You know, you talk about state appearances, Mike. The last time Champlin Park made it to the state tournament was 2007, and they were led by Natalie Giggler.
That's a while ago. And one of our old buddies, Carl Pearson, coached Champlin Park many moons ago. Meyer for 3.
Boom.
Yes.
Boy, I tell you what, nothing but cotton there, and she's feeling it.
That three-point shot is soft as cotton. And I'll show myself out. That gives the Eagles a 10-7 lead. Steffrud. Lost it. Whoa, careful. Megan Schlafer almost turned it over there on the travel. Eagles, once again, exhibiting the patience. A lot of patience. There's Ariana LaPanta, number 2. Schlafer, the runner, off the mark. Fitzpatrick with the board. Foul. And that will send Steffrud to the line for 2.
Good move by Steffrud there. I think Champlin Park's going to have to show a willingness here tonight, Mike.
Mark?
Must be losing it here. No, I think they've got to show a willingness to be able to take the ball into the paint, draw some fouls, get to the charity stripe. I think that's going to be key for them tonight. I'm getting worse than my mother, I think, sometimes.
I can't remember the last time I was called Mark.
It's probably just as well.
That's okay. You've been with me for how many years? You go crazy when you call games with me. Steffrud split at the line. It's 10-8 in favor of the Eagles. LaPanta for 3. Off the heel, and the rebound to Amelia Valentino. The skip to Fitzpatrick. And I think LaPanta got there in time. LaPanta's father cut his chops doing games like this. Did a lot of high school games back in the day.
Yeah.
There's some archives up of Hill Murray football and hockey back in the 90s if you want to amuse yourself. 10:19 left in the first half, and Totino-Grace, they are subbing early and often here.
That's going to go on easy quick, or first. No, I take that back. That was not on. That was on. I believe that was on Nicole Lillard, freshman.
They do give the foul to Quick, and that's Sammy Schutz with the score. You were right. It was Quick with the foul.
It was Quick. Okay.
And there's Lillard, who will shoot 2.
Lillard, one of the youngsters on this team, freshman.
Knocks down the front end. And the second. In the process, Izzy John enters the floor. You've got Izzy Quick and Izzy John. You have some real interesting names on the Champlin Park roster. Carla Meyer to Dengerud for 3. Got it.
Jesus.
We saw glimpses of that last year with Dengerud, who won a state title with De La Salle. Her mother teaches here at Totino-Grace. Dengerud decided to make the change, so if Totino-Grace and De La Salle meet again in sections as they did a year ago, that would be an interesting wrinkle. Nicole Lillard on the give and go, scores inside. 15-12, Eagles over Rebels. Make it 17-12.
Back and forth we go.
Yes, Dengerud scores. Lillard out to Counce. Elbow J, high arcing shot. And it bounces off the heel, and that's going to be a foul. Steph Rue not pleased with herself about that. This Totino-Grace roster, Myers, we noted a tennis crossover. There are a couple of golf crossovers. There's Dengerud. That 3 does not fall, but Schutz with the O-board. Kicks back out to Carla Meyer. Meyer working off the screen.
Boy, no kidding.
Counce took a tumble. Totino-Grace opts not to attack, at least not yet. .8:35 to go in the first half. Dengerud. Foul by Counce. That's just the first on Mikaelah. And Amaya Dory going back in. Totino-Grace coming off a 63-56 win over Anoka.
Look
Meyer,
out.
top of the key. Another O-board.
But I tell you what, this is where Champlin Park really misses not having Izzy Quick out there on the floor to rebound.
Sammy Schutz scores down low. Eagles with their largest lead, 19-12. Pass deflected. LaPanta. Well, you're not going to falter for that. Called for traveling officially, but got the deflection. You get after it. That's a turnover you can live with. Ariana LaPanta, the 5'8 senior. And Counce. That was not touched, so Lillard was able to retrieve it in the backcourt. There's Izzy Quick. Fitzpatrick. Rebels swing it around. 15-footer. Will not drop for Dory. Eagles on the run. Dengarud doesn't have the numbers. Pulls up. And that doesn't work out. Lillard with the rebound. Speeds her way down court. 7:10 to go in the first. Good take by Izzy Quick. Even though it didn't get a layup, it will mean free throws for number 3, the senior.
Tell you, that's one thing you really have to admire about Izzy Quick, because she has the skills of a guard, but yet she has the ability to get down there in the paint and do the dirty work as well, Mike.
Just be careful, Alex. People can hear us when it gets silent. Izzy Quick, soccer, basketball crossover. I just want to make sure that nobody picks up your words there, because with the free throws, I've noticed it gets real silent. And that means they can hear us. The folks over there, that is. I just want to make sure we're not freaking anyone out. Izzy Quick split at the line. Reads the pass and gets the steal.
Great defensive play by Quick.
Fitzpatrick to Lillard. Spots an open 3 and makes it. Lillard was 7 off the bench. She averages 5.7. Her season high is 8. And the Rebels make it a 3-point game. Meyer missing the 3 that time. Counts at the board. Mikaelah wants to take it all the way. Cannot. Kicks back out to Fitzpatrick. And the Rebels will run a set here. Mikaelah's mother, Sally, told me as the point guard, she hasn't played that position since House League. Trying to make the smart play, so a lot's going on through her mind. Mikaelah normally plays shooting guard. But again, with Maya Dubose out due to the MCL sprain, not with the team because she's also dealing with flu-like symptoms, so Counce having to fill in. And
a double whammy.
Dengarud fakes the 3. Goes back to Meyer. Carla, the runner. Can't bank it. Here's Dory. Quick. Out to Lillard for 3. Not that time.
Oop. A little indecisive there.
Sled hands the ball back to Champlin Park with 5:03 left in the first half. Totino-Grace located in Fridley. Their football program, a storied one. They class up. They would normally play 4A. They've opted to play in 6A over the last few years. Picked up a state title a few years back over Eden Prairie, which is always extra special.
Yep.
Oh, Counce, let that one go. And that's a tie-up. That's a big break for the Rebels.
Oh, no kidding. They really dodged a bullet on that one.
All right, Dengarud went after the loose ball. And then Counce and Dengarud tied it up. Again, though, big break for the Rebels. And a good adjustment by Counce. If she hadn't seen Dengarud coming, that would have been a layup. Dory through traffic, can't get the bounce. Meyer, 1-on-2. Will wait for help.
There's Meyer camping out there in that left corner.
Hesitation move and the block. I think Fitzpatrick got a piece of it. Totino-Grace still has possession, though, with 3:33 to play. And Grace Sicking will shoot 2. Grace, a basketball track and field crossover. She competes in shot put and discus. She prefers shot put and told me before the game that in her view, Megan Schlafer, number 25, is the better discus thrower of the two. And the players who came back from last year's team that had the big upset win over Hill Murray, even though they didn't win their section, told me it was a big deal for them. It was a thrill. Because in the first meeting between those two teams, the two play each other in regular season play.
Yeah.
Hill Murray won that one by 25. The Eagles thought they should have had Hill Murray at their regular season meeting. And Amaya Dory, they'll count it as a 2. Meyer off the screen.
Oh, I tell you, what a great move by Meyer.
That gives her 10. Meyer deceptively quick. Lillard. Out to Quick. She's been using that hesitation move a few times. Another 2-pointer. That does not fall for Quick. And the rebound by Dengerud. .205, a quick-moving first half. Dengerud open for 3.
Boom.
Bullseye. Dengerud with her second triple. And an 8-point lead for the Eagles, their largest. Quick on the baseline. Dory with the answer. No good. Quick trying to get around Sickink. And Grace holding her position. Grace, the 6'1 junior. Another 3 for the Eagles. That would have been big. But an offensive rebound by Maria Hall, and the Eagles, let's see what they do with it. Dengerud out to Hall. Meyer wants the 3. In and out. Lillard is fouled. Totino-Grace had 3 to give.
Well, we saw Champlin Park hanging around within a single possession, but now Totino-Grace has opened up a little more breathing space for them, so let's see if Champlin Park can use this last minute or so to narrow the gap.
Counce back out on the floor. High-low, Dory
That was pretty.
broke her coverage. And Dory gives the Rebels a big bucket. 45 seconds to go. Will the Eagles hold for the final shot, or will they attack? Let's see. Dengerud spots the 3 and can't bank it. Chance for the Rebels to pick up some momentum with 28 seconds to go. Counce steps into a 3. Well, now the Eagles have a chance to capture some momentum. And Meyer fouled by Quick. That will be 2 free throws.
Well, that's her second foul of the evening.
Tough foul to take if you're Champlin Park. Carla Meyer, the 5'6 senior. And you attested to this, Alex, when we did Anoka Grand Rapids. Tennis and basketball, not the most natural of crossovers, but it does help with your footwork, especially on lateral movements.
Absolutely. I guess as a tennis player, I should know.
I joke that one day we'll see Carla Meyer out at Wimbledon. 3 seconds to go. Can the Rebels get a shot off? Quick does. Contested jumper. And the Eagles hold a 26-20 lead over the Rebels as we enter the half.
Just so impressed with Carla Meyer, the way she runs the offense from the top. I tell you another thing that has impressed me is how well she moves without the ball.
It's been an impressive showing for Carla Meyer indeed. She has 10 points, Dengaroo with 8. And like as we said in the open, these are two sleepers, and Totino-Grace showing glimpses of their potential.
Yes, they are.
We'll take a break and bring you the second half in a moment. You're watching high school girls basketball.
Twin City Sports Broadcasting, and a whole lot more. That's what you get from TSB Television. We provide long-lasting digital coverage of your favorite athletes from the preps to the pros. Dazzling moves.
Holloman, good if it goes. Yes!
Game winners.
From James. She's in trouble. Finds James. Toss shot! It goes in!
And everything in between.
Before we let you go, do you want to say hi to anybody?
Oh, I don't know. That put me on the spot there.
If you want to connect with our audience, visit us at patreon.com/TSB Television or sponsor our coverage through PayPal and Cash App. Thank you for watching.
back comes Champlin Park now, Mike. Let's see if they can get something going here. They've been struggling in the half court.
Had a minor glitch there. 38-29 is our score. And we're back in time to see Gina Steffrud with a three-point play chance, yes.
And big chance to cut this deficit down to 6 points. Quite the move there by Steffrud.
Steffrud missed the free throw. It's a 7-point game. Backdoor, Meyer scores.
Yeah, he just executed perfectly.
Meyer up to 15. Lillard, 3-ball. Cannon from the corner. Denver with the rebound. 9-point lead for the Eagles.
I tell you, Denver really got a good defensive box out there on the other end on that last possession by Champlin Park when they missed.
Timeout, Josh Steck. That's Milena Dill-Starks, number 32. And we've been seeing this all game. The Rebels, it seems like they can knock on the door, but they've had trouble getting within a possession, finishing down low.
It's the inability thus far, Mike, for them to string some good possessions in a row that could really get them back within striking distance. If you can get it down to like 4 points, 5 points. They had a chance to get within 6 points there, but they couldn't cash in on the and one.
But still a lot of time left with 6:52 to go. Northwest Suburban Conference action. Again, two sleeper teams. The Eagles at 3-4 and the Rebels at 2-3. And Alex, this is my first look at these two teams in some time, and Totino-Grace, again, they're going to be a dark horse. I don't think anyone's going to underestimate them when it comes time for the sections, and you know, they benefit somewhat by playing in a conference of all 4A teams.
Yeah.
The other members of Section 4-3A, well, Hill Murray gets a few of them as well in the Metro East, but I would say Totino-Grace with a higher degree of difficulty when you look at the quality of opponents. And they get it year in and year out. Lillard, 3-ball. Trying to make that work. Hasn't done so yet.
I'll tell you, Meyer, you watch her at the top, and keep working the offense. She surveys the floor so well, Mike.
Totino-Grace all over the boards again. Hall comes up with it. 6 minutes to go. Chance for the Eagles to work the clock. And an unfortunate miscue there. Again, they're up by 9. But you don't want to have those unforced errors.
No.
As you try to put this one away. Lillard Out to Counce. Back out, quick for three. Off the heel, and
I think that's been the difference so far for Champlin Park. It's a one-and-done deal.
well, the rebounding game, exactly.
Yeah.
Totino-Grace, they've been in position on both sides of the glass. Getting multiple possessions on offense. And as you noted, limiting Champlin Park to one and done on defense.
Oh, what a pretty
Another
pass.
backdoor. Carla Meyer up to 17. That backdoor play has worked to perfection now on 2 occasions. And that might be enough. Patrick Bolin yelling, "Don't foul." And that's what happens. That's the last to give for the Eagles. So the Rebels can try to work their way back from the free throw line, but it's been a struggle throughout for Champlin Park.
Well, under 5 minutes now and down 11. This is where you got to cash in from the charity stripe if you're Champlin Park.
Izzy Quick looking to do just that. Izzy averaging 8.5 points per game. That was just the first foul on Grace Sickink. Foul trouble not a concern for Totino-Grace as far as players are concerned. Quick goes up to 7, 9-point game. And Patrick Bolin will call a timeout. And I think both teams have plenty of timeouts left. So this second half could take a little while to wrap up. But 42-33, you're not at that zone yet, perhaps, where you would play foul and chase. Champlin Park still has 2 to give. But how do the Rebels try to work their way back here?
Well, I think number one, you have to be efficient on the offensive end, and we obviously have not seen that from Champlin Park yet. And again, I'll say I have not seen Champlin Park really get into any transition tonight. I think that's one thing that maybe Josh Steck may have been counting on, and that hasn't happened yet. And obviously the rebound in front, you've got to do a better job on both ends of the floor on the rebounding, where you see Totino-Grace getting those second and third opportunities. You can't have that.
42-33. Champlin Park has trailed throughout most of this one. Totino-Grace, as we said before, using rebounding to their advantage. And they've already had some big tests. They did lose a game to Crosby Ironton due to inclement weather around the Thanksgiving holiday. But St. Croix Lutheran, they played them close. Centennial, folks felt Totino-Grace played as well as they could. Now, that's the only time you have to see Centennial.
Yeah.
The Cougars being in the North, or is it the West or North Division? Likewise, this is the only time they'll play Champlin Park. The Northwest Suburban doing a divisional setup. Which I'm glad they do for such a big conference. You have your interdivision opponents you play twice, and then your crossover division, and that opens up space for your non-conference slate.
Yep.
So that way you're not playing almost exclusively conference games. And that's why Park Center has that holiday invite, for example, that Champlin Park takes part in. And that's often a great showcase of talent. Hopkins will be there, Park Center, Eden Prairie, Lakeville North. So a lot of top teams and top players will gather at Park Center. I covered that event for a couple of years. That was always a fun one to do. And I'm sure Totino-Grace will be happy to get the chance to play in Rochester. A traveling violation, so the Eagles playing some keep away here.
Well, I tell you what, maybe that particular possession didn't wind up in points for Totino-Grace, but they did take a lot of time off the clock.
The pressure is still on Champlin Park. And Counce will go back to the line. This is 1-1. And that's what you don't want if you're Totino-Grace, because you stop the clock with 2:58. That's the second foul on Carla Meyer. 1-1 for Mikaelah Counce. That looks short from the release. But Gina Stepprud gets in there for the rebound, and Champlin Park does come away with points.
Down by 7. This is where you've got to get a stop if you're Champlin Park.
And they still have 2 fouls to give. That's Maya Fitzpatrick who got the block and got it off of Maria Hall. So the Rebels, they get a stop. They have a chance to work their way closer. Let's see. Mikaelah Counce using that first step, beating Meyer. Doesn't get the layup, but will shoot 2. That was a shooting foul. That's the 3rd foul.
Well, Counce being smart, being aggressive, taking that ball to the hole, and drawing the foul.
First one goes in. Extremely good teammate and leader. That's what Olivia Antilla thinks of Mikaelah Counce. Wants to see everyone succeed. Has to settle for a split, though. Makes it a 6-point game. Eagles still in the driver's seat. And again, Rebels with 2 fouls to give. So they're going to have to foul twice in order to play the foul and chase game. And I don't see Totino-Grace in any hurry. That foul's on Counce. That uses up 1 of the 2. That's just the second personal on Mikaelah. Again, the Rebels still have 1 more to give, so if they can't get a stop here, you would imagine they'll use up that last foul and play the foul and chase game. Eagles using a lot of screens. And Carla Meyer, I think she lost the handle.
Yeah, I think she did too.
Looking like she was going to go inside, probably to eat up more time, and instead coughs it up. That's a big break for the Rebels.
1:45 left. This is where we got to cash in on those turnovers.
Stepprud gets her own rebound and had nowhere to go. Forced herself into a tough angle, and now the Eagles can eat up more time with a 6-point lead. Totino-Grace calling a timeout with 1:16 to go. 42-36. If Totino-Grace hangs on, they'll go back to 500. It's hard to say what their record will be. Again, playing in the Northwest Suburban, none of the other teams in Section 4-3A have that arrangement. So year in and year out for Totino-Grace, it's one of those cases where the record is not indicative of their potential.
Oh, exactly, and you're playing awfully tough competition in the Northwest Suburban Conference. That's only going to help you once you get into section play.
And Champlin Park, a lot of younger players, just 2 seniors for the Rebels team, so a chance to really build on a foundation here. A lot of folks feel, even though Counce hasn't had a great game today, Olivia Antilla and others, I imagine, feel she could be one of those players that gives the Rebels a foundation to work with. Of course, who knows what will happen in Section 5. Centennial's making a good run. Roseville, Park Center. That's always a tough section to get out of.
That's going to be Murderer's Row for sure.
5, for whatever reason, seems to be the toughest group. In Section 2, equally challenging, with Minnetonka on the rise, Eden Prairie on the rise, Chaska. And Section 8 isn't too shabby either, with Elk River back in the mix. That'll be a foul on Fitzpatrick. Last to give for the Rebels with 1:02 remaining. That's the second foul on Fitzpatrick. And the Eagles turn it over, so the Rebels catch a break, but they're going to need to get points quickly if they have any chance of working their way back. That was last touch by a Totino-Grace player. Timeout, Champlin Park, 49 seconds remain. And if you're watching this on YouTube, our next game in chronological order, presuming everything goes as planned, will be Maranatha Christian Academy and Minnehaha Academy. Minnehaha, the defending 2A champions, and Maranatha, another team that we don't know a whole lot about. They could go either way.
Yeah.
Section 5 AA, to me, is just as open as 5 4A is.
Yeah.
And Minnehaha, always fun to see Mia Curtis go out there and, well, this game isn't going to break any scoring records. It's been a low-scoring one, a very patient style displayed by Totino-Grace. But as you noted earlier, they're a disciplined unit. They exhibit a lot of patience, and they don't try to force anything.
No.
Champlin Park, rough shooting night. They've had some difficulty getting inside. When they get Maya Dubose back, that could help them on the floor, and that will help the Rebels' cause. Quick will shoot 2 free throws, and the clock stops with 46.8. Izzy Quick with 7 points. I don't know about you, but I always feel a little eerie when the gym falls
Definitely silent.
completely silent, yes.
Think about it is how it is for the free throw shooter when that happens. Quick gets both of them. So we got a 4-point game. Trying to trap Meyer here.
Totino-Grace, they do beat the 10-second call, and
by a
Bowling
lot.
gets the timeout. Well, they have the ball, they have possession, so I imagine Champlin Park will have to foul here. A 4-point game, so a low-scoring photo finish. Maybe not as many highlights as you might be accustomed to if you watch our coverage on YouTube and see teams like Stillwater and Hopkins, but
Unlike that one Becker game we covered.
Oh, yeah, so last year. I know Becker, they want us back too. Every year there are more coaches, more parents, more schools that want me at their games. I need to clone myself. But Becker, that was the first time they broke 100, and the Bulldogs, they've got a chance. And with everything going on right now in Class 3A, they might take over. I think they did take over the number 1 spot. They could be the front runner in Class 3A. Holy Angels, they're a team to watch. That's going to be the third foul on Counce, and that's probably not the player you wanted to send to the line. Even though Meyer hasn't had too many trips there. Well, it doesn't have to be a 90-85 type game to have drama. We're seeing it here.
No.
And a miss for Carla Meyer. Rebels not out of it yet.
Fouls on.
It's on Counce.
Wow.
That's her 4th.
Josh Steck wanting an explanation for that. I didn't really see.
I saw the tail end of it. It looked like Counce made contact and a Totino-Grace player hit the floor. However you feel about it, I saw the tail end of it. You can make a case that Counce ran into her defender, and that's a tough break for the Rebels. 16.9. Well, when you look at this game, I think it comes down to the missed opportunities down low and the second chances. Totino-Grace
exactly.
with a stronger rebounding presence.
Yep.
You really saw that on offense.
Oh, boy.
But again, this Champlin Park team is young and a lot of potential down the road. And let's not forget Totino-Grace. They've got a lot of potential. They've got 4 seniors, 2 who start, but both these teams with a lot of younger pieces. As you noted earlier, a lot of juniors on this Totino-Grace team, so Patrick Bolin having time to really build up that group.
Big free throws by Dengerud. Gives them a little more breathing space.
And adding Dengerud to the mix gives them someone with state championship experience. Lillard's 3 is off the mark, and that should just about do it. Counce fires the 3, and time's going to run out. Jump ball, but the amount of time was inconsequential. Totino-Grace wins 44-38. It was a low-scoring game, but Totino-Grace did a lot of the dirty work, the hustle plays, especially on rebounds, and that is why they win this game and go back to 500.
You're really right, Mike. It was just one of those typical knock them down, drag them out, Northwest Suburban Conference street fights. And I tell you, great job by Totino-Grace. They showed a lot of patience on the offensive end, got those second and third chances with their rebounding ability tonight, and I think that's what really played a big part in their win here this evening.
That was about as clean of a street fight as you're going to get.
Yeah.
We'll come back, try to get a word with Carla Meyer before we wrap things up. This is high school girls basketball. And joining me is Carla Meyer, 17 points as she chips closer and closer to that school record. We won't tell you how many points you are away so you can focus on playing. But Carla, big season for you. You picked up your 1,000th point earlier. You have a chance at history. And so how exciting is that to have that opportunity?
It's very exciting, but I just can't thank my teammates, my coaches more for giving me that opportunity. And we all just worked so hard, and I think it was.
Tonight's game, a low-scoring one, but Totino-Grace got the edge when it came to rebounds, a lot of second-chance plays. It seemed like you had the edge. How were you able to control the glass like you did?
Well, I think just our defense really helped our team do that. We had been practicing all week on our defense, and it hasn't been great for us in the beginning of the season, but we started picking it up, and I think we just need to work on our offense a little more now, but our defense really helped us in that game.
Hey, it doesn't matter if you score 44 if the other team doesn't score as many as you, right?
True, yes.
Coming off last season where you had the big upset over Hill Murray and got some publicity from that win, even though you came up short in the section final, how did that energize this Totino-Grace team and everyone who came back?
I think that just helped build on this year. Last year, we just had a great ending to our season, and I think we just want to continue on to that and make it even farther this year.
And what would you make of the season so far? Because every game you've been in, for the most part, you've hung right in there, whether it's St. Croix Lutheran and a loss or even Centennial, you didn't let them run the tables on you. So what does that say about the potential of this Totino-Grace team?
Well, I think we kind of had a slow start, but I think we're really picking it up, and I think we could be a top competitor team because we are really working hard at practice. And just, again, building off of last year, I think teams are actually taking us more serious this year and stuff like that.
You're one of the 2 seniors, I think, on this team. So a lot of juniors. You've got the sophomore and Leah Dengerud.
Yeah.
So a lot of folks looking up to you. Mm-hmm. How does that help shape you as a role model with what you do on the court, what you've done here at Totino-Grace? How do you think that exhibits your leadership?
Well, I think point guard alone helps my leadership skills because I'm kind of in charge on the court and like set my team up into their offense. And also just like they all look up to us, and there's actually 4 seniors, so we're all picking each other up at practice if we're ever down and just encouraging each other.
That's right, there are 4 seniors. Yes. Sometimes you get the numbers crossed. So now you played basketball and tennis, so who's your favorite athlete in those sports?
Oh, that's a tough one. I really like Lindsay Whalen, though. She's a good point guard.
And for tennis, who do you root for?
Oh, that's a tough one. Serena Williams.
That's a good choice. Yep. Hard to argue against Serena.
Yes.
I'm just curious, it's just kind of fun to see, and 2 great role models. Speaking of longevity, Serena, the way she keeps on going and going. Yeah. So before we go, do you want to say hi to anybody?
Hi to my family and friends.
Well, hi, family and friends. I certainly hope you give this woman props for her performance tonight and this season. Well, congrats on the win, and we'll see how you do. Of course, Northwest Suburban, I feel, gives you guys a lot of prep for sections. And who knows, you beat Hill Murray in the semifinals. Maybe you can turn that into a section title this time around.
I think so.
Well, we'll have to wait until March to find out about that. But thanks for stopping by, Carla, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you. Thank you.
And that wraps up our coverage here from Totino-Grace and Fridley. For Alex Nagel and the rest of our crew, I'm Mike Peden. Thanks for watching.